So, yesterday, somebody in my community asked me a question that I thought would be a really good question to answer in a video because I'm sure other people have wondered the same thing. And the question was, whenever I say something like, send the vibrations into your chest, what do I mean by that? And I can understand why this is confusing, especially for somebody who's very literal minded. And so, obviously, literally, it doesn't seem like we could send anything into our chest, but I would argue that we can. We're just thinking about it differently. And so I want to talk to you about the voice mind connection because this is what we're talking about here. We're talking about the mental aspect of voice work. See, the voice lives inside your body, but it's also connected to your mind. It's a whole connection. And we have three factors that are working to actually go into effect for you to control your voice, to actually make sound. Those three controllers are will, and we could consider will to be fueled by our intention. We have our imagination, and the way we utilize imagination is through the act of visualization. And then the third element that we have when it comes to the internal forces that allow us to control our voice is what we would call the integration or the feedback loop, the mind body feedback loop, where we are feeling the sensations of our voice. We're feeling, we're hearing, we're noticing with our mind, and we're also making very quick decisions in real time at every moment. This is why I focus so much on mindset and mindfulness practices in my method. In fact, I just launched a new course, which I'm so excited about. It's called the Voice Liberation Method. And in this course, I have guided visualizations. Let me back up. Let me tell you a little story that will help you understand how I got to this place and why I even bothered to put guided visualizations in my vocal method. So, when I was a kid, my favorite thing was gymnastics. Before I ever decided I was going to become a musician or a singer, I was in love with gymnastics. And there was a program that it was a very casual program that met after school at my elementary school. It's not like I went to a fancy gym or anything, just basically what we would call tumbling. And so I learned how to do all the floor stuff. I was obsessed. And so every day after school or on the weekends, whenever I had some free time, I would practice gymnastics in the front yard or in the backyard where I lived. And I was determined to get something called a round off into a back handspring. Now, if you don't know what that is, picture a cartwheel where you land on the ground with both feet. Instead of landing one foot at a time, you do a cartwheel, you land on both feet, and then you bounce backwards and do a backflip, but your hands touch the ground. So it's not like you're flying in the air. So round off into a back handspring. I was so determined to get this. But every time I would start off, I would run, I would do the round off, and then I would just freeze once my feet hit the ground. My dad must have been watching me from inside because one day he came outside, he walked up to me and he said, "Listen, here's what you need to do. Before you take off, I need you to imagine yourself. See yourself in your mind running. You do that round off and then imagine yourself bouncing backwards and doing the back handspring and imagine it being done perfectly." So I followed his instructions. I took off, and sure enough, that was the first time I ever did it successfully. I became a true believer in visualization on that day. And I never forgot that because I used creative visualization for everything I wanted to accomplish. Everything from my first solo voice performance to a speech I had to give in college to my first job interview to a place I really wanted to get hired at, a job that was impossible for somebody of my age to get. At an auditions, even things like getting an A in college algebra, which I was so bad at math. I used it for everything and it always worked. And so I always encourage my students to use visualization to imagine themselves singing with perfect ease, with perfect relaxation. This is especially good for performance preparation. If you have to give a presentation of any kind and you're scared, start at least 2 weeks before the presentation. Imagine yourself feeling very relaxed as you walk up to the stage or the podium or whatever. Imagine yourself seeing the audience and feeling totally comfortable and at ease. Imagine yourself giving the presentation or the performance with ease. Feel the comfort in your body as you imagine it in your mind. Then imagine yourself walking off with this feeling of, wow, I actually did that. You have to feel the sensations as you visualize it. You have to imagine what you would feel like afterwards. Imagine all the people coming up to you afterwards and saying, wow, I can't believe you did that. Every single success I've ever had in my life has been partially because of this visualization practice. And so when it comes to sending the vibrations, so we're going to get back to the vocal technique here. So anything we want to do to control the voice, there's very little we can actually do that's easy to instruct. It's not like playing a piano, where if you take a piano lesson from me, I will say, look, we have black keys and we have white keys. Put your fingers on the black keys and now play this key and then play that key, and magically the sound comes out. It's very little effort to make sound come out of a piano. But with your voice, I can't point to a part of your body and say, adjust this, adjust that, resonate here. I can't do that. I have very little control over you, and you're really the only one who can control the vibrations of your voice. And so that's why you have to start practicing body awareness exercises, because becoming a really good singer or speaker depends on you being able to feel subtle vibrations in your voice, in your body. You have to become so familiar with where your sound is actually vibrating and resonating. Little things that the average everyday person doesn't notice, like how your face feels when you hold your mouth in an ah position, the feeling of your tongue between your teeth as you say the sound the, or the feeling of your teeth vibrating against your bottom lip when you say the. You have to become so sensitive to these things. And that is what I mean when I say body awareness. Now, as you become aware of the sensations in your body, that is when you join forces with your mind, with your ability to visualize. Your imagination becomes an ally on your voice journey. Because then what you do is whatever works for you in your own way is you start to use your imagination to visualize, will the vibrations to go where you want them to go. So if you want to put more vibrations into your chest, you have to somehow imagine what that would look like. Or you could rely on the feeling of sensation. If you're an incredibly sensitive person, an example of a highly sensitive person would be somebody who has very little tolerance for tags in the back of their clothing. Someone who can feel um, a very uncomfortable synthetic fabric. I'll give you an example that I have that's very strange when I tell some people is if one of my very long hairs sheds, which happens every single day, and it's resting on my arm, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can feel a single hair resting on my arm and I have to get it off of me. That's how sensitive my body is. And there are lots of people watching this who can relate to that. And so, if you are one of those people, you can use this high sensitivity in your body to train yourself to pay attention to how your voice feels. Where are the vibrations going? And you can start to get familiar with what it feels like when the vibrations easily go down into the chest. So, when we do an open throat exercise like, we open up the throat as if we're about to yawn. We hold it open and we go, with the tongue down. We can feel the vibrations going down into our chest. So you might want to pause the video and do that a few times. You'll feel the vibrations. The more you do that and the more you start to memorize the feeling, the more you can will it to happen. You can send the vibrations. So let's say you want to use visualization. If you are a visual person, if you see images or if you think in images, you can also take advantage of that gift. You can imagine the vibration that you feel in your voice as a beam of light. You can imagine it as a stream of light going down into your chest. Or alternatively, if you're trying to reach your head voice for high notes, you can imagine the sound going up, shooting up into your forehead, beaming out of your third eye, coming out of your eyes. This is what I mean by the mind voice connection. And this is why I don't just teach you vocal technique, I teach you mindset, nervous system regulation, visualization practices, and my voice liberation method. So, if this is intriguing to you and if this makes sense to you and you've always wondered why you can't get comfortable with your voice, you might really enjoy my voice liberation method. So I'll put a link in the description below. I think you're going to love it. And as always, please leave a comment or leave a question below. I get a lot of inspiration from what you guys share with me in the comments in my community. Obviously, this video was inspired by one of my community members. It helps me understand what you guys are struggling with, helps me know what I need to put my attention on next. So please leave a comment, question, feedback, anything in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them and I'll respond. And as always, guys, keep going. Every month that goes by, every time I post a new video, every time I see new subscribers signing up to my channel, my Substack, my community, I feel this is growing. This is reaching a lot of people. So many of you are overcoming these blocks that have held your voice back for so long. And it makes me feel very proud. So please keep going on this path because the world needs your unique voice. I'll see you in the next one.